Good afternoon. Welcome to Africa Today. I am Wisdom Onisi. First, the headlines. On hunger protest, federal government arraigns activist British ally today. Gabon's transactional president handed draft version of future constitution. African heads of state head to Beijing for China-Africa Cooperation Summit. And on sport, Sokoto United signed 5 new players. Now the news in details. The Nigerian government is set to arraign some of the organizers of the recent hunger protest today before the Federal High Court in Abuja. In the 6 counts filed by the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Betukon, the federal government also named a British citizen, Andrew Winen, aka Andrew Bovich, a defendant. In the charge, the defendants were accused of treason, destabilizing the country, intimidating the president, and destroying the NCC in Kano, among others. The IG specifically accused the protesters of acting in concert and conspiring with the intention of destabilizing the country to commit a felony, to which treason between July 1st and August 4th, 2024. The End Bad Governance in Nigerian protest, which commenced on August 1st and ended on 10th, were in response to the economic hardship experienced by citizens. According to features reviewed by human rights lawyer Femi Falana, the August 22nd, of 2024, a total of 2,111 individuals were arrested during the Day 10 nationwide protest. Falana added that out of the arrested suspects, a total of 1,403 had been arraigned in the court and remanded in prison due to lack of legal representation. Away from that, we also have you know that the Independent National Electoral Commission has expressed concern over the economic hardship bedeviling the nation, saying the challenges are deeply rooted in the behaviors of its citizens and not the entire fault of the government. INEC National Commissioner Kenneth Ukegu made the assertion at the 2024 Entrepreneurship Grant Ceremony in Abuja. Ukegu, a sociologist by training, argued that since governance is a reflection of the larger society, Nigerians must learn to take responsibility for the current hardship plaguing the country. According to him, everybody needs to play their role in nation building. The INEC commissioner also argued that it would be unfair to blame only the government and public office holders without dissecting the role played by the average ordinary citizen striving to sabotage the system with unethical practices. The Nigerian Army 6th Division said its troops, in conjunction with other security agencies, have destroyed about 115 illegal refinery sites, 66 boats, while 22 suspects were arrested in Rivers and Bayelsa State. The army also said a total of 27 stolen pipes, 4 pumping machines were recovered, while 5 illegal connections used in siphoning crude oil by the suspects were clamped, with over 170,000 stolen products confiscated, in addition to other ancillary items deactivated. The acting deputy director, 6th Division Army Police Public Relations Officer Jonah Danjuma disclosed this in a statement issued in Port Harcourt on Sunday and sent to newsmen. Now, while we return, news from other parts of West Africa. Please stay with us. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of Africa. We go on a short break. Welcome back. Now news from other parts of West Africa. Ghana's NDC flag bearer John Mahama said the next National Democratic Congress government will reintroduce the public tribunal system in accordance with the 1992 Constitution, the party's flag bearer John Mahama said. He also said the next NDC government will appoint an Attorney General who will be a true Minister of Justice and not a political party wing director. Speaking at the closing of the 4th annual NDC Lawyers Conference in Ho, Mahama said Ghana's democracy was now fragile and must be protected with utmost intelligence. About 200 lawyers attended the conference, which was on the theme, Keeping a Legal Eye on the Prize, the NDC loyal role in ensuring victory 2024. Mahama said the past 8 years had been unimaginable regression in Ghana's democracy, during which institutions had weakened and the people's liberties taken for granted and abused. The NDC flag bearer said corruption and bad governance had become a cancerous tumor, eating away at the foundation of solid institutions built between 2009 and 2016. We also have that the Russian paramilitaries are set to leave Burkina Faso amid a worsening insurgency. Russia is withdrawing hundreds of its paramilitary officers from Burkina Faso to help in the war in Ukraine. They are part of about 300 soldiers from the Biel Brigade, a Russian private military company, who arrived in the West African nation in May to support the country's military junta. There are fears the pullout could embolden Islamic insurgents in Burkina Faso, who recently killed up to 300 people in one of the biggest attacks in years. Burkina Faso has since 2015 suffered regular jihadist attacks, with more than 2 million people displaced in what aid groups call the world's most neglected crisis. Now we move to other parts of Africa after this break. Stay with us.
This is Hills TV. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Welcome back. Now news from other parts of Africa. African heads of state have begun arriving in Chinese capital Beijing ahead of the 2024 Forum on China-Africa Cooperation Summit, which gets underway on Wednesday. This ninth
African heads of state have
expected to provide a framework for navigating China's evolving strategic partnership with the continent in the post-COVID era. It is taking place at a time of rising geopolitical tension that will see Beijing prioritize its position in relation to other world powers. Climate and energy are expected to be among the key topics for negotiation between Chinese and African stakeholders. Discussions will also focus on digital and technology cooperation in a bid to close Africa's digital divide. The summit runs from 4th to 6th September. A draft version of Gabon's future constitution was handed to transitional President Brice Oligui Nguema in an official ceremony at Gabon's presidential palace. The handover came a year after the military ousted President Ali Bongo, whose family had ruled the country for over 50 years. A referendum on the new constitution is due to take place before the end of the year, but the people of Gabon have little information about what it contains. Before handing over the document, the Minister of Institutional Reform summarized the main changes. These include the abolishment of the position of Prime Minister and 7-year term for a president, renewable ones. The test said that a president attempting to amend these provisions will be found guilty of high treason. The president may dissolve parliament but can also be impeached by members of parliament and senators in the event of high treason. The draft also said that a presidential candidate must have parents who were born Gabonese. In addition, it elevates the soldiers who overthrew the Bongo regime to the rank of heroes, and they will benefit from an amnesty law. The draft also enshrines marriage as the union between two people of opposite sexes. While there are many challenges still ahead, the military government has promised to hold election in August 2025. Up next is business. Please stay with us. Welcome back now to business news. Nigeria letter of credit payments in the first 7 months of 2024 have dropped by 57.04% to $391.91 million compared to $312.35 million in the same period of 2023. This is according to the weekly international payment data provided by the Central Bank of Nigeria on its website. A letter of credit is a mode of payment used for the importation of visible goods. It is a written undertaking given by issuing bank at the request of its customers, in which the bank promises in writing to pay the exporters a certain sum within a certain time frame in return for goods, as long as the customer provides the bank with proper paperwork. In the period under review, the country's LC payments shared about $520.44 million, which some analysts have blamed on factors like the exit of multinationals, skyrocketing customs duties, and unstable foreign exchange, which hampered Nigerians' foreign trade in the period under review. Away from that, the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council has stated that effective regulation of ministries, departments, and agencies and business facilitation enhances Nigerians' business environment. The PABEC stated this in its recently released 2024 half-year Transparency and Efficiency Compliance Report. It noted that while MDAs made significant progress, more still needed to be done to ensure the highest level of efficiency and compliance. The report, which covered MDA's performance from January to June 2024, noted that the Nigerian Content Development and Monitoring Board was the best performing MDA with an 80.1% score. We also have you know that the Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprises has said the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission is shifting focus from its primary mandate of promoting competition and protecting consumer rights to engaging in price control. CPPE's Director Madu Yusuf said the FCCPC appeared to be transforming into a price control agency rather than fulfilling its role as a consumer protection body. Yusuf said in a statement issued on Sunday that the Commission's actions, particularly its focus on pricing within the retail sector and recent threats to market leaders and traders are misguided and risk undermining the core objectives of consumer protection. Still to come is sport. Stay with us. Welcome back now to Sport News. Sokoto United have added 5 new players to their squad for the new season. The new players are Ime Clement Stephen, James, Iwoyi Joseph, Sule Ibrahim Mohammed, Ikechukwu Gospawa, and Okun Otop, and Mohammed moved from NLL clubs Inter Lagos and DMD Medogri, respectively, while Joseph joined from German club Hebburg Moss. Stephen and Gospawa teamed up with Sokoto United from non-league side. Sokoto United announced the new players signing on social media. The players have all teamed up with the rest of their teammates in training for the new season. Over to tennis, where we have that Aryna Sabalenka reached the US Open quarterfinals for the 4th year in a row with an assured victory over Elise Martins. Second seed Sabalenka, beaten by Coco Gauff in the New York final last year, saw off her former doubles partner Martins 6-2, 6-4. The Belarusian hit 41 winners and saved all 8 of the breakpoint that Belgium's Martins created. Sabalenka is the first woman to reach 4 consecutive women's singles quarterfinals at flourishing majors since Serena Williams in 2016. She has now made the quarterfinals or better in her past 8 Grand Slam appearances. And that's your sport news on Africa Today. We move to the rest of the news after this break. Stay with us.
This is Hills TV. Quality broadcasting is what we'll bring to you. Now we be this
Welcome back on African News. Now the rest of the news. The voter registration process for the 2023 election in Cameroon has ended. According to an official announcement from the Director of Elections, registrations were to officially close on Saturday. Main political parties were seen making a final push to enroll as many eligible voters as possible. Their effort focused on encouraging citizens to register before the deadline, aiming to maximize voters' participation. In the final days leading up to the registration cutoff, parties deployed a variety of strategies to mobilize voters. These include door-to-door campaigns, leaflet distributions, and extensive media and digital outreach, all aimed at ensuring that citizens aged 20 and above are registered. As of the last count by the electoral body, more than 7 million Cameroonians have registered to vote. In July, Cameroonian lawmakers passed a bill extending their mandate by 1 year, effectively postponing the legislative election initially scheduled for early 2025. The 89-year-old President Paul Biya is expected to run in the forthcoming election. Maurice Kamto and Gabriel Libby are among the main opposition leaders who will face it off against the long-serving President Biya. And that's Africa Today. But before we go, here are the headlines again. We told you that Gabon's transitional president handed draft version of future constitutions. And we also told you that African heads of state head to Beijing for China-Africa Cooperation Summit. And on spot, we brought to you that Sokoto United signed 5 new players. Remember to visit us on Facebook at His TV Abuja, Instagram at His TV Abuja, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at His TV. I am Wisdom Odisi. Thanks for watching.